I spoke with Matt Mercer about his favorite character, the amount of spooky content that we're seeing in the Void for Daggerheart, and also hiring Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford. This video is brought to you by Chepeku Maps. More on that later.
So what is your first character or your favorite character you've made with Daggerheart?
Oh boy. I can't say. Because it involves things that may or may not end up being in the Void down the road. We'll see. And I don't want to make promises on something that may or may not make it to the Void. But there's some cool early Void content and a character that I made with it that was such that I've never thought I could make in an RPG, and was so weird and unique that I was like, oh, I want to play this character again and again and again. Maybe one day I can talk about that. Other than that, like honestly, I really enjoyed. I've like 4 characters that are fighting for my attention right now in my head.
Yeah, this is what I do all the time. This is probably why we're game masters.
No, I know. I actually really enjoyed making like a wandering, like sightless oracle wizard that. Their grimoires were like a braille type glyph iconography, and while they were sightless, they had a sense that was almost like a light radar that they could kind of sense where shadow and light hit, and that was kind of how they took in the world around them. And they had delusions of possible grandeur, but they were fearful for this perpetual sequence of prophetic dreams, this sort of messiah complex that they were avoiding at all possible costs. And so to play a wizard character that was leaning into a heavier divine sort of path was very, very fun, and to flavor all of the arcana as kind of like ancient holy texts that were uncovered and are still being understood. And yeah, just I don't know, it's part of the design of Daggerheart is meant to be an invitation to that sort of customization. You know, my first concern when I saw like the early designs of Daggerheart was like, okay, there's only 9 classes and they only have 2 subclasses in these 2 domains. That seems kind of limiting. And that's an instinct when you look at other games and other designs out there, but the more you get into it, you begin to realize there's so much customization that you can utilize in this game. And that's just the base game. With each possible introduction of domains and classes, that it just blows up so much more. Yeah, it's accessible on the Daggerheart website. It's free to download, and we have all means of you to access it, use it, print it out, you know, play it with your game table, and hopefully send some feedback, because we want to shape this game with the community. And the open beta that we did is very proof positive of how not just exciting it is, but how important that is. And watching so many people come in and pick up this unproven game, commit it to their game table, and then give us really good, honest feedback that helped us further fine-tune and shape it to its final version for the core book, and now going into all the cool things that we have planned and plotted for the future. So
I love using maps in all of my games, and Chepeku Maps is one of the best sources you can ever find for that content. With their new fantasy bundle, you get access to over 6,000 maps, and of those, there are multiple variations as well as animated versions as well. There are more than 2,000 fantasy scenes, more than 10 variations of those, and animated versions as well. They have hand-drawn tokens, they have a token builder, and all of this works with Roll20, Foundry, Alchemy, and other VTTs. Chepeku's complete fantasy bundle gives you 3 subscriptions for the price of just 2. To find out more about Chepeku Maps, click on the link in this video description and help support more video interview content like this. Now, back to the interview.
There is spooky stuff afoot. There's a theme. There is a warlock. There is a witch. There's an assassin coming out. The brawler feels a little like maybe London-y, 18th century. Maybe that falls into there. But I'm not saying that you have a plan for a spooky campaign setting necessarily, but it certainly feels like that. I feel like all playtest material leads in a certain direction.
I can't speak to anything there specifically, other than we had a lot of cool ideas when we were developing Daggerheart that didn't fit into the core book.
Yeah.
Because we're limited both for
It's
page
a big
count.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 266 pages.
Yeah, but we wanted to try and have the main game be all encompassed in a single book, in a way that you can just play a campaign with the materials of the actual set. But everything that didn't make it into that book for that page count limits and just other ideas that we were building during the development phase of it, and since the book was done, this is our opportunity to throw them out there and see what people like, what they don't like, what we can tweak, what resonates. And we have many things in the pipeline that we're very excited about.
So part of that pipeline was acquiring two of my friends, Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins.
Hey, much to our surprise, is probably other people's too. That was awesome.
Just you got them. I am so thrilled for them. They seem ecstatic, and I think they're going to be amazing members of the team. They are geniuses, and
they've already been
incredibly creative
phenomenal.
and super kind, and that is a hard combo to find. So congratulations on acquiring my friends.
Thank it's so absurd. Like I've admired them both so much, and
I know you like that. For you, that's gotta be so weird.
It's very weird. It's very weird. Like, even just my first opportunities to collaborate with them back in like the early days of Critical Role streaming, and getting to work with them a little bit on some of the Force Grey series that I ran for Wizards, which had so much fun working with them on that, to working on Waterdeep. Actually as one of the contributing consultants on it, which was just to be in the room with them. And the rest of the Wizards design team was so cool. And not only were they so welcoming and genuine, just good people that I'm like, oh, these are the kind of gamers I wish I knew when I was growing up as a teenager, And they're also really good at their jobs, their vocation. And so having that admiration for so long, and genuinely enjoying every opportunity we've had to collaborate through these years, to now being able to meaningfully work together on a continuous basis on all the cool things and ideas that we have, is absurdly exciting. And we got some fun stuff cooking.
A big thank you to the Darrington Press team for having me at their offices, getting to interview them about the future of Daggerheart, getting to see a lot of familiar friends, and also just getting to kind of like absorb kind of the energy and the momentum that is behind Daggerheart right now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. That all helps videos like this perform better in the YouTube algorithm and all that stuff. Also, if you want to see more content like this, check out my Patreon. You can get early access to interviews, see behind the scenes footage, quirky photos on set, all kinds of content. That's all available on my Patreon. There is going to be a whole lot more content around Daggerheart, around the tabletop industry coming up. And if you want to get early access to that and help support more content like that, Patreon is a great way to do that. And I am also now creating playtest materials myself for a number of game systems as well as Daggerheart. So I'm really excited for the future of this game and other games as well. I'm Todd Kenreck. Thank you so much for watching.